Welcome everybody to today's episode of The Sit Down. I am so excited. The energy, the personality next to me is larger than life. I literally mean it. I'm in awe of her presence. Before we get there, she's an actress. She's an MC. She is a non-profit co-founder and a strong warrior for children and feeding children. She has a passion for children. It is absolutely amazing. I can feel it. It touched me the moment that I walked in and we started talking about it. We share love for charity. She's a social media machine. 1.4 million followers throughout your channels. What did I miss? Tell me. A fashionista?
Yeah, so now I'm an influencer. So
a big time influencer.
Yes, and the list carries on.
And a social media marketer. And a very, very good human being. Welcome to our show.
Thank you. That's
You're
a
so
beautiful
welcome.
compliment. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you. We're so honored to have you here and have an opportunity to spend some time and go back into your beginnings, how we got to see you on TV. I've been showing off all my colleagues, like, who I'm gonna. It's like, oh, Lesedi's coming. Lesedi's coming. Like, yes, Lesedi's coming, because that's the first thing that I hear is like, we can't wait for the interview with Lesedi. So finally, it's happened. Thank you.
Yeah, my second name is now Lesedi.
Well,
so
amongst the circles that I move in, your first name is Lesedi.
literally, I mean, I think I also had to get used to it in public. I'd be shopping and people are like, Lesedi, and I'm like,
Who's
like
this?
Lesedi, like no, and I'm like, oh yes, Lesedi, hey, how are you?
How are you?
So it got, but now I think I'm used to it. When I hear it, I'm like, oh, they're talking to me, I get it. And now I know this lady called Lesedi as well. That's her real name. So now every time they're like Lesedi, we both look, and she's like, but that's not your real
Do
name.
you guys
so why
walk
are you
around
looking?
together?
Yeah,
That must be fun.
Yeah, so that's quite funny. So yeah.
So I had a preconceived, like, how are you going to be? How am I going to meet you? What are you going to say? And I must say, you're a very humble person. I'm in love with your aura. You are a true projection or reflection of what a South African young person should be. Full of energy, very positive. You're passionate about food, but you're on a positive diet. So everything that you consume is just positivity, and that's what you radiate.
It is.
So
I
it's
love food.
awesome. And looking at you now, the person that you are now, if we were to go back into time and we just, boom, snap a finger, and the 17-year-old version or the 16-year-old version, which is only like 2 or 3 years ago, has to walk in, sit next to you, and have a conversation with the two of us. What is she thinking about? What are our priorities? What's important to you at that age? Because a lot of young people watch our channel, so our audience is both from young up-and-comers to students to CEOs of big companies. So I want to get a common thread amongst young people that, you know, this is who she is.
Yeah.
At 16 or 17. Who are you? What are you thinking about?
Oh my goodness, at 17, I went to National School of the Arts.
Okay.
So I went to an art school. I was in hostel in boarding school.
Okay. Where?
17. I'm in Braamfontein. I mean, it was not far, still in Joburg, but
Okay.
my parents felt like, we actually want you in boarding school.
We need our space.
We need our space. I mean, you're
This
big enough now.
positivity is like
Too much. So I was 17. 17, moved to senior phase in school. I was really, I wouldn't say I was like to myself, but I was scared of going out. So if my friends were to go down to a restaurant, I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I'd rather stay in school. So I was really, really focused at school. I'm not going to lie. My priorities was
Beautiful.
finishing school. I was like, I need to get out of here. I want to like get good marks. I want to get out of here. So that was my priority more than anything. Although, I mean, I think I did experiment a lot. I mean, I think I got my first boyfriend at 17.
Oh, wow.
At 17. It didn't last, obviously, because it's high school. But I think if I were to meet the 17-year-old me, wow, I don't think she'd believe that it's her. It's like, wow, you're here, you made it. Okay, so it was worth it. The sacrifices were worth it.
Beautiful.
So I think I was really... I mean, I call myself a late bloomer because there's a lot of things that my friends are doing that I wasn't doing because I was like, no, my parents wouldn't allow that. So I grew up in a household where they were like, put yourself first, put your school first, and then other things are always going to be there. Like parties will always be there, going out will always be there, and that's true. Like I'm doing it now, and it's just like, it literally was worth the wait. So, yeah.
So, mom and dad, big ups. Like, well done. We teach something in our company called sequencing. So I always say sequencing with a client in a sales environment is you need to first assess and analyze the customer's needs. Before we talk product, what do you need our product to do for you? And sequencing, I always teach it this way. Sequencing is, you can't get pregnant at 17.
Yes.
Your priority, that's move one. Move one is finish school. Move two is go and study. Move three is enter a career. Move four is meet someone that you fall in love with. And move five, get married. And move six is, so sequencing, your sequencing is on point. Beautiful. I want to jump into your career. So you're 17, you're studying. You obviously, this is not a stumble. You didn't stumble into acting. This was sequenced,
Literally
executed with precision. But how does that come about? Do you go for auditions constantly? Are you putting yourself out there? How does that happen?
No, I think it's always been in my life.
Okay.
I just wasn't aware of it. I have family members in the industry. My
Yes.
dad, my brother-in-law in the industry.
Okay.
Different spaces, obviously. Like one is doing producing, sound, directing, but no one is on set.
That's very cool because you've got the experience of what happens behind the camera.
Yes, yes. So I saw that, and I mean, this one time I remember I went to work with my dad, and I saw this person acting, and I'm like, oh, this is such a beautiful scene. And the person was playing an evil character, and when I met them at lunch, they were completely different. I'm like, but you were shouting on set.
What?
Why are you not shouting anymore? And they explained the getting into character journey, and I was like, I like that. You get to play someone else for a living. That's exciting. And obviously I had to negotiate with my parents that I want to go to an art school, because obviously there were rumors that, oh, art schools drug people, whatever, which is a lie. I think people associate being a celebrity or well-known or being in the arts as a drug user or whatever, which is really not the case. So obviously I had to convince my parents, because my dad was like, no, I know these people. I don't want you. It's unsafe. And I'm like, you have to trust me. You taught me so many things, my values and morals. You need to trust me. So he did that. I went to an art school, and I was like, okay.
Thank you.
I'm like, okay, cool. I'm studying this for 5 years in high school. I did drama. Finished high school. I was planning on studying HR, because I was like, okay, my dad was like, you need to get a degree. You can't just rely on the industry. Unfortunately, when I was applying, I forgot to attach my ID. So they were like, hey, you didn't attach your ID, so you have to start second semester. So now I have like the first half of the year, and I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm 19. My peers are like posting at VITs and all these things. And I'm like, I'm not even in varsity. I have to wait for second semester.
Just because of an ID?
ID. Like something so small can really put like a pause in your life. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I'm like, I did acting for 5 years. Let me try actually reach out to an agency and see if I can get an audition and work. I did that. 2 weeks later, they were like, hey, Generations is having auditions. Do you want to try for this character? I'm like, oh, okay, cool, no problem.
Your first audition?
Yes, out of school.
Wow,
I did
my friend. That is really impressive.
It was really, I'm not going to lie. But I mean, the audition wasn't great. I walked out and I'm like, I didn't get it. I forgot my lines. I stumbled. It didn't make sense. 2 weeks later, the call was like, hey, want to see you for a callback? I'm like, me? But it sucked. What do they mean? I went, gave it a try. I wasn't as optimistic that I got it, but I was like, you know what? We'll see in front. If I got it, amazing. If I didn't, it was a good try. And then I got it.
How old are you then?
I was 19.
19. I just want to, it's very important that the viewers don't miss this.
I was 19.
So, no, not your age. Your confidence level, your energy is at a 10. I've like never met someone that's so positive and confident. But at 19, you still doubted yourself. So it's okay. It's okay
really
to doubt.
is.
You thought like, I'm not going to get it. I sucked. And you're like beating yourself up. So it's a normal feeling. But what did you do? You showed up.
Yeah.
You showed up.
I did. And now look where I am.
Beautiful. Well done. Thank you very much, Mom and Dad, for trusting the process, because the sequencing was right. Foundation, values, principles.
Absolutely.
That was in place. So beautiful. Worked out well. If you could go back to your first audition, or if you could speak to a young man or a woman, watching you, and there's one piece of advice or one technique or one mindset that you could take back to that original audition, what would it be? And how can that piece of advice add value to our viewers? Even if it's not an acting job, even if it's a sales job, whatever it is.
You know about it for a reason. You
Okay.
know of the audition, you know of the job opportunity for a reason. Try it out, do your best. I mean, I feel like everything happens for a reason. Yes, some things might be sad, but they're there for a reason. So try it out. It's better trying than not trying at all. And I believe in that more than anything. I believe in myself a lot, and I believe in my vision, and I believe in my goals. So if you don't believe in yourself, who's going to do it on your behalf? No one else.
No one else will.
So yes, it's definitely a piece of advice that I learned at a young age from my grandparents as well. They were like, if you don't believe in yourself, if you think you can't ride the bike, you're not going to be able to ride a bike because you'll be scared. I mean, really, this is a very bizarre example because I can't ride a bike, but
Still.
no, I can't.
Oh, my friend, we need to get those knee pads. We don't want an injury. I don't want a big show like, hey, you took. So we'll get you sorted.
Yeah, no, the bicycles. I'm terrified of. I'm terrified of falling. I think that's my issue. But I'm not afraid of bungee jumping, which is.
So you rather bungee jump than ride a bicycle?
Yes.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. No, I'd rather be on the bike. The fall is not that far.
Yeah.
I want to jump into a topic quickly, and we're going to jump out of it because it looks like we're on the tail side of it. But I want to get your point of view of. I'll share an interesting story about what I've learned out of COVID, and perhaps you can share something with us. Our company, going into COVID was a scary time. We've got 240 employees. We've got a lot of people, other businesses that rely on us. So I was like terrified. It made me old. But what we eventually decided is we've got three things. We can go smaller or close. We can stay the same, or we can grow. And out of COVID, we've doubled our company staff. We've doubled, everything has doubled. But we went in and we found little leaks in technology that we could improve. So we went and spent time on our company. And that was a positive thing that came out of COVID. What positivity can you come out with from that whole, I don't know what I want to call it, that whole experience that COVID was?
For me, yes, COVID was really bad. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people really went from poor to poor. Right? It was really, really bad. I was blessed enough to still have my job. I was blessed enough to still have the security. And I think...
Were you guys shooting during that time?
Unfortunately, during level 5, we're not shooting. We're at home.
At what level did you guys start shooting?
Went back at 4.
At 4,
But that was even scary because you're going back during a time where COVID is still a real thing. Like, this is hectic. So it's scary because I have my grandparents at home. What's going to happen? Are they going to get COVID as well?
That's
so it was quite scary. It was very uncertain. I mean, even in level 5, we had a conversation at work where it's a thing of, okay, guys, if we don't go back to work, we might not get paid because we're not submitting anything. Nothing's going to play on TV. So our jobs are also at risk. But thank God we were able to resume. What I've seen on social media as well is that the power of the internet is it's crazy. A lot of people learned new talents during the lockdown. A lot of people came out as DJs, as chefs. And I mean, I'm also a chef now.
Beautiful.
Because I know how to cook. Because we're level 5, we're forced to cook. There are no takeaways. So I think for me, there were things where I found like, okay, actually, let me start cooking. I mean, obviously, I don't have a choice. Now I have an interest in cooking. I think people follow me on Instagram. I'm always cooking now.
Yeah.
So a lot of good things did come out. Unfortunately, a lot of bad things happened. But I was able to work on myself and my vision and my views, which also helped me to focus on my NGO Paving Forward and the campaigns that I want to do and the corporates that I want to approach to come on board with us. So I think for me, it really, really helped me to restructure myself and go back into my center and really bloom.
Beautiful. I love your answer. And for anybody that just lived in fear, constant fear, never worked on themselves, I think they really missed an opportunity.
Yeah, that was the perfect time because we were literally stuck at home. I mean, we're so stuck with family members and everything.
Well,
but
we love it, but not for so long.
Yes.
The space gets small quickly.
Literally.
Sure.
But it really, really gave us a chance to blow up on social media. So a lot of people blew up during the lockdown because of the challenges and everything.
Yeah.
So people really did do good during the lockdown. They really grew themselves and their presence on social media, which now they're making money off social media. So a lot of good things did come out. And unfortunately, obviously, the other sad things did happen.
Yes,
but
yes, they did. We can't discount that.
Yeah.
They did. But yeah, we always have to, as humanity, look on the bright side, look at the positivity,
Absolutely.
and how do we grow out of that. So it takes a village to raise a young lady. I'm going to touch on that sentence quickly. If I were to ask you, who are the 3 people that were most influential in your upbringing, who the person is, and what that person contributed to your journey of the beautiful young girl. By the way, your outfit is legit.
Literally,
It's like proper.
Thank
Well
you.
done. Who did it for you?
My friend, his name is Billy. Desire Peace is his brand name. He's really, really good. He dresses a lot of people as well.
Well done.
And I was lucky enough to know him for so many years, and he's only dressing me now. But
Why?
I'll fight with him later about
Okay,
this
cool.
one.
I'll help you. I'll help you.
Yeah, but he's really, really good. And yes, this fit is amazing. Fits the day and the theme as well. But going back to your question,
Yes, ma'am.
I feel like it's so unfair to name 3 because there's
Only
so
3.
many people.
Only 3.
I can't do that.
Let's do it. Let's just do it anyway. Just 3. Remember, I believe someone enters your life at a certain point in your life to touch you, maybe course correct, maybe support. Some people just 2 degrees to the right. Okay, now you're going in the right direction. It's not the 3 most important people.
No, absolutely not.
Just the 3 that you can, off the top of your head.
My grandparents, absolutely.
Okay.
So I think they take 1 and 2 spots.
Okay.
Tough. This is my maternal, my mom's parents. Amazing. They were with me since a baby. Till obviously they were late, which happened
Sorry for your
literally.
loss.
Thank you so much. Which happened obviously recently. They've been there, like supported me throughout my dreams, whatever I wanted to do. And obviously, which is crazy, their promises to me, they were like, we will not die until you become successful. And literally, we watched my first episode in Generation, and like a few months down the line, they got sick. And a few years later, they passed, obviously due to cancer, but they saw me live my dream. And that for me makes me happy that you actually saw me do something out of my life. And I wasn't just tossing and turning and stressing about not attaching my ID, and now I'm out in
Beautiful.
school. So they were really impactful in my life. They always believed in me. And I think one of the reasons why I'm so supportive is because of them. They believed in everyone. My sister as well, and everybody really believed in us. So that helped us a lot to be where we are with my sister, because I am working with my sister on my NGO as well. She's one of the co-founders.
Beautiful.
So yes, definitely my
So
grandparents.
strong values and principles.
Yes,
support.
absolutely,
Like
and the
your
love,
rock and
the
love.
love, constant love. And I think witnessing my grandparents, they literally were an example of love. You know, little things like sharing a pillow when they're going to bed. And I'm like, really, you guys sharing a pillow? So
That's beautiful.
they made me believe in love.
How
so,
long were they married?
Over 50 years.
Over 50 years. You don't
Literally.
get that a lot
You
today.
don't get, especially now. I
That's
mean,
true, eh?
a lot of things are influencing relationships now.
Yes.
So they were like together. So yes. So first, it's my grandmother and grandfather. Oh, the last spot is very tough.
Yes.
It's very tough. It's very tough. I'm not giving it to anyone, because I feel like after this interview, they're definitely gonna fight with me.
What about me?
Exactly, I'm gonna have that. So I think, who am I? I'm gonna leave it at that.
We're going to leave it at
I'm
that.
gonna leave it at that.
I feel the energy. I feel the, if I may say, the trust that you had in them, that they were always there for you.
Yeah.
They were always there for you no matter what. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Now, if we were to take your cell phone away, which I'm sure there's like 7 of us in the studio, we are not strong enough to take your cell phone away. There's no way. But if we were to take your phone away and said, you've got the whole day to yourself, like chill out. Who are you when no one's watching? There's no cameras, there's no scripts, there's no colleagues, there's no screaming and shouting, you late or this or that, no makeup on. Who are you? What do you do for fun? What will a chill out day be?
A chill out
for
day. Besides sleeping.
Sleeping. I love sleeping.
Trying to get rest. Besides sleeping, I am definitely catching up on series, reading a book, swimming outside. Literally I was just telling someone, the beautiful lady did my makeup. I was telling her how I literally want to go to drifting school. I have
Drifting school.
Yeah.
I've been.
How is it? I also want to do advanced driving as well. So
I've been. I'm gonna take you.
so jealous.
I'm gonna take you with an AMG.
You're answering all my dreams.
it's a deal.
Yeah,
Got a
through my
deal.
dreams.
100%.
So yes, I love cars. I love
You love
cars a lot.
cars?
I do. I really do. Obviously, cars that are beautiful.
Yes.
I love cars. Catch me at events. Or I'm really at home. I love my family. Or I'm really just at home with my family.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Awesome. Relaxing or drifting?
I really do. The adrenaline. I think I'm an adrenaline junkie. I think I'm giving myself that title that I've become an adrenaline junkie. So
So
yeah.
you're a busy girl.
Yeah, I really am. And I think it makes sense because of the energy that I have. So yeah.
Awesome. In our segment that we call Landmines, I want you to share with our audience and with me, please. I'll share one landmine with you. A landmine for us is something that you step on that blows up in your face. It's like, oh no, I wish I didn't make that mistake or this move because it set me back.
Yeah.
For example, I lead a very large sales team, and a couple of years ago, I'm a lot younger. The pace is getting to me, and it's like constantly pressure, and my patient level drops, and I'm aggressive and I'm pushing everybody too hard. And then what happens is good people start leaving because the energy, the pace is too high. I'm leading people the way I want to be led, compete instead of what do you want? So that's a big landmine for me. A lot of people leave our company because they feel like, wow, this environment is like too intense. And eventually I pick it up, I course correct, try and lead everyone with whatever is valuable for them, whatever is important to them. But I lost good people. That was a landmine for me. It was, I've repaired all those relationships.
Yeah.
There's no resentment. Some of them did come back like, oh, you're like quite a chilled guy now. It's easier to work here. It's lacquer to work here. But maybe in your career, what I'm sure a successful young girl like you has stepped on many landmines.
No.
Not.
That's the irony. I'm literally
Sequencing,
thinking.
my friend.
I'm thinking nothing. I think I'm living a very purposeful life that all the encounters that I've had have been really good to me. And I think it's because I've protected my space so much that I made sure that I'm never in a area or a place where I'm going to be compromised or I'm going to regret later. No, absolutely not. The only thing though I'd say, I'm more outspoken now. I'm
Okay.
more out there now compared to when I started in the industry. I think being known was so overwhelming for me that I really choose to not go out because I don't want people shouting my name, say, hey, I want to take a picture, because I felt like, oh my gosh, really want to take a picture with me? I don't look good. I'm not feeling okay. So I feel like I shouldn't have downplayed myself a lot younger. When I was young, obviously, I felt like I shouldn't have. But now it makes sense why I did. It wasn't my time then. I had to really stay in my corner. And all my things will eventually work out when they do. And I feel like that's the only thing that I've learned. And I've seen a difference from then and now, that actually I was very down to earth then. I was very to myself. I was even hardly...
You're very humble now as well.
I was humble back then.
No. But humility and being humble is slightly different.
Absolutely.
Because you can be outspoken, you can be bubbly, you can have this massive personality, but you care about people.
Yeah.
You pick up the phone and you call the charity, like, how can we get involved in this? And then boom, the energy is back up.
Yeah.
The energy is back up. Awesome. I get you.
Yeah, so I think that's the only thing on my end that I felt like, I could have been more intentional, but I wasn't. I was just like, okay, I'm going with the flow. I'm going to work every day. I'm not doing anything else. I love doing this thing. Oh, but can I do it? Will I be capable of doing it? So I had a little doubt back then as well. I didn't think I had the power, and I didn't think I was a powerhouse to say. So I feel like it's only now I feel like, okay, cool. I can actually walk into the building. I can actually do that. I can actually achieve all things that I want to achieve. So yeah.
And I must say, a great result comes from proper preparation.
Yes.
In your mind, do you run scenarios? Because this is what I do.
Yes.
I run scenarios, like 17 different options, play the outcome, and then find the best one before I go into a situation.
Absolutely.
I can get that in you.
Yeah, that's why I follow my sister a lot. So yes, because I am that person.
You're going to get this result.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Okay. You that girl.
I am.
I'm the guy. I'm the same guy. Awesome. If I could ask you, you don't need to say who, but what's the best advice you've ever received in your life? Like the typical Instagram, the
caption.
one-liner. Yeah.
Definitely.
What's the best advice?
If you're going to do it, make sure that you show up.
You show up prepared.
Yeah. If you're going to do a shot, there's no point. It's like also the same thing as being an actor. You can't wake up in the morning, come to work and not know your lines. Why did you come then? you're literally just going to make the day horrible for yourself and everybody else around.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do it wholeheartedly. So yeah.
Beautiful. If you're going to do it, show up.
Yep.
We've got a saying in our company, I'm going to pass you the ball. Don't drop the ball. I'm going to pass you the ball. You make sure you score the goal. If you drop the ball, I'm not going to pass the ball again. So you've literally, it's that one chance. Grab it with both hands and run with it.
And that's
you
how
have to
life
prepare.
is.
Yeah, absolutely. Every day. And when you stumble, pick yourself up and run.
Yes.
Don't just cry about it.
Yeah, because time waits for no one, unfortunately. So
Absolutely. If you could spend the entire day with one person, dead or alive, who and why? And what are you talking about with that
oh my
individual?
goodness.
My favorite question.
Well, this is tough.
Yes.
You guys are really asking me tough questions
Yes.
here.
We exercised extra hard this morning for you.
Literally.
We wanted to be tough.
I'm such a sentimental person. Oh my goodness, like I really am. I've spoken about this for so many times. My grandmother, I'd be like,
You want to
come
spend
back,
the entire day
entire
with
day,
Granny.
catch up, gossip with her, tell her, oh, you won't believe what my sister did. Definitely catch up, tell her I'm okay, we're okay. That I am where I want to be mentally, psychologically, emotionally. I really am.
Beautiful.
So I really want to just sit and just talk to her. Besides that, maybe my crush.
Your crush. Okay. Okay, good.
The whole day, yes.
Okay, the whole day. So we're obviously not going to get a name
no.
from you. So okay, cool. You know what, my friend? I can feel the love and the passion that you have for your grandparents that are late. They are in a better place than me and you are.
Yeah.
And they're smiling down and they're very proud.
Yeah,
they really
thank
are.
you.
Everybody's very proud of you.
Thank
Everyone
you.
is. After all, this is a car channel. So I want to get into your first car, color, make, and an interesting story. What color?
It was grey.
Grey color. What car?
It was a Hyundai Grand i10.
A Grand i10.
Obviously.
Okay.
My parents didn't know I was getting a car. So I was like on the internet, and I always used to hear my dad complaining about French cars. French cars are expensive. And I knew, okay, cool, I'm getting a French car because French is expensive.
Yeah.
No Renault, obviously, and all these other cars. And I'm like, okay, cool. I got that. And I went on, I'm like, okay, Hyundai, okay. Obviously, I went to go test it with my dad. Like, oh, how's a Hyundai? Like, oh, Hyundai is fine. Why you ask? I'm like, oh, I'm just curious, you know. I'm just obviously thinking about
It's not
cars.
French.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, no, Hyundai is fine. And I think a month later, I was like, I sent an email to a dealership, and I'm like, hey, I'm looking at getting a car. I really want this car. And obviously, they're like, okay, come through. I saw the car and I liked it. I'm like, it's small, it's petite, better than a normal i10, because
Yes.
the i10 really looks like the wind will just blow it over.
Yes.
So I was just like,
You've got
okay.
the Grand. You've got
the
the
Grand makes more
Yeah.
sense. So I was like,
We're
let
going
me
to
get-
show up today.
Yes. So I was like, okay, let me get the 100 Grand i10, which I did. I signed the papers and I was like, okay, cool, I'm getting the car. And I'm like, I need to tell my parents that I'm getting a car. Can't just show up with a car. So obviously I have to like...
My friend, you got your sequencing a little
So,
bit off
yeah,
there
that was
on
very
that
off.
part. Yes.
Because obviously I don't give my parents, because I was 19. My first job and I'm already getting my own car. They were going to go crazy. Like, why are you doing that?
Well
Why are you
done.
getting a car? You can just use the car at home. And I didn't want that because I'd always have to account using the car.
Of course. Yes. Yes.
So I was like, no. I called my sister. I'm like, please drop me off at the dealership. She's like, why? I'm like, I'm getting a car. She's like, you're getting a car? I'm like, yeah, please don't tell the parents. She's like, what? You want to add me into this thing? And I'm like, dude, just like take me. So I went there, I got my car. My parents are obviously very happy, but later on I
course.
got that talk like, how much you paying for the car? Why? Did you take the balloon payment? I'm like, obviously I didn't take the balloon payment. I did my research, Dad. Come
Yes,
on.
yes.
First story with my car. First weekend I drove out of the province because I was like, I want to see how far this car can go.
How far can it
I went to Bloemfontein with the car with my
Road trip.
friends. Yeah, road
Nice.
trip with the car. So yes, that car was amazing. It took me from A to B. I loved it so much. Petrol so sufficient. I mean, like back then 500 Rand was enough for
Full
full
tank,
tank. It
yeah.
goes all the way and I was back on the road.
That's not even a long time ago, my friend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is. I'm 25 now.
No,
So
it's like yesterday.
So yes, that was my first car. I definitely loved it a lot. Fortunately, I had to let it go, but it was an amazing car. I loved
Awesome.
it. I would get it now because of like fuel sufficiency, but
Do you remember the reg number? Because we can help you.
no, I don't want it back.
You don't want it back. Okay, good. You're happy with the car you currently have. Awesome. Now, if friends, family, if you did not need permission from anybody, what's your dream car?
I
What's the one car you'll be like, wow, this is me?
A Mercedes, firstly, obviously.
Which one?
A GLE.
GLE.
GLE. Girls with
Okay.
big cars, definitely. I love the car so much. It sounds amazing. You know what? You need to hear me from a distance. That's my lingo now. You need to hear my car from a distance.
Okay.
I did love the Lamborghini Urus. A friend of mine got it. I'm so jealous. That's why I stopped liking it.
What color? That
yellow.
nice yellow. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds so amazing. I was so jealous.
Wow.
But yeah, it's too overpriced.
Jelly 63.
Yes.
Jelly 63. Yeah, no, you definitely hear you from a distance. My friend, I wish you buy one in each color. That's my wish to you.
I receive.
I receive. And I know you will. You just about, you know what? Your energy, your power, your influence, your positivity, your career hasn't even started yet, my friend. I see big things for you.
Thank you.
Really
Someone said that to me yesterday.
Good.
Someone said that to me yesterday.
So it's true. It's really true.
I receive. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Receive.
I really say it from my heart. You said you're a reader. So our company, initially it started off with, I enforced it, and now everybody is thanking me and they're very excited. We have a book of the month. The entire company reads a book and writes a review, a one-page review with 3 key takeaways of the book. So we love books. We look for the landmines, for the positive, the negative. We take it out and try and apply it. Obviously, business books, no romance novels, no, business books. What's your favorite book and why? What are the lessons that you took out of it?
One of my favorite books that I could read 10 times. My cousin was actually reading it at school, and I saw it. I'm like, let me read it. The Kite Runner.
The Kite Runner.
Yes,
Okay.
amazing book. One of the reasons why I love it is because the child literally had nothing but a kite. And that's the good that he saw in the world. And he's like, I'm going to be something. I'm going to do something with it. So he literally took himself out of this bad, horrible place. And he found good in that. And that's how I see life, that in the midst of horribleness, there's still good in there. So that's one of my favorite books that I could read so many times.
Beautiful.
Literally cried during that book because I was like, why is this happening?
We're going to put a link somewhere in the video or maybe in the comment section.
Need to read. I definitely recommend.
I will.
It really makes you also introspect your life and be like, you know what, you don't have it all that bad.
Yeah.
You know, other people out there really have it worse.
Yeah.
Give this day a try.
Beautiful. Awesome. Love it. The last segment of our interview, I want you to please tell us more about your MPOs, what's up, what's coming next, like where can we see you more?
A new show.
A new show.
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Tell us about it, please.
I can't obviously share the name now, but I am currently shooting a new show.
When's
so
it coming out?
Guys, I can't tell those days.
Definitely
this year, mid-year, August, around August,
mid-year,
definitely.
So 3 to 6 months.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Because we're still shooting amazing different character that I'm from Lesedi, so I'm excited for that.
Okay, so you're going to have a third name now.
Yeah, so hopefully I'll get another name.
Luyanda Mzazi.
And have a character. Yes, I'm very excited for that. Very different from my character as well. Different set. I'm excited for that as well. Like, really getting to make the people on set my family the way I did on Generations. So that's that. Still in the industry. Hopefully I'm going behind the scenes as well.
Beautiful.
Awesome. lot of seeds I've planted in regards to behind the scenes. So hopefully they'll grow and I'll be something. Paving Forward, established in 2019, but only started doing work in 2021 because of COVID happened, obviously. So we really couldn't do much. But we're back now. This is our 3rd campaign. The first campaign really took off. We were doing a Christmas feel handover, and we were giving food parcels to families for Christmas and some clothes. That was amazing. So we are going to have more initiatives during the year. Hopefully corporates really come on board and you guys come on board. Yes. Don't have a website, still making one, but you can get it on Instagram, Paving Forward Foundation. You can also get it on my bio on Instagram, Luyanda Mzazi. It's there. Yes. So email or email me because I am quite hands-on. So you are speaking to me. If you're speaking to anyone replying on the page, it is me. So please don't also ask me out on the page because a lot of people, a lot of people are doing that. So yes, that is my baby, inspired by my grandparents. Obviously, they were really hands-on in the community, especially at church. So that inspired me, obviously, to start my own NGO as well. So that's what I'm doing. what I'm doing as well, currently partnered with Epic Contest. I am giving 10 aspiring actors an adventure and acting workshop in Durban.
Beautiful.
So,
When?
so this is obviously wanna do it on the 29th of April.
Okay.
There's a link. I'll send you the link just to also put.
And have we already chosen the?
No, not yet.
Oh,
So it's
not
10
yet.
spots. 10 spots actually. First come, first serve. Unfortunately, so
Beautiful. We'll put
I
the
don't
link
wanna. I don't
below,
wanna.
yeah.
I don't wanna have to pick. So it's first come, first serve. It is a test run to see how it's gonna go, and hopefully I can carry on with it for the rest of the year,
Yeah.
and it can open up for other people. The purpose of it is to open up the industry. I think a lot of people are crying on what to do, how can I do it. Yes, I've spoken to agencies, but I'm not getting any work. So it really is about getting into depth about the industry and how they can do it. I've got 3 other actors who will be on board, who will also be sharing their experiences as well. So yes, that's what's happening.
That's such an opportunity because you're gonna have a chance to interact
Absolutely.
with a
For a whole
master
weekend.
in a field and ask you all sorts of questions.
All questions, and
Beautiful.
I think it's something I've never done before, where I spend a weekend with people that I've met over like through social media. So I am nervous,
But you are sharing a common.
but
a
absolutely
common
we have the
interest,
same
yeah.
goal. Yes, I'm excited. It is going to be a practical thing than just
Awesome.
theory of me talking for 2 hours, but
Awesome.
we are going to be sending emails together in the room. Tell us which agency you want to do, and then we do
Okay.
it. Take portfolio shots as well, so you can send to agencies. So it is a very hands-on workshop and very intense one. So
Beautiful.
I'm very excited for that.
Whoever gets to go to that is so privileged.
I feel like
They
it as
really
well.
are. They
I
really
really
are.
feel like it. I really want to give everyone a chance. I'm in it. The pie is big enough for everyone. You
Great.
getting a job doesn't hurt me because I'm still working. So I really
100%.
want to make it more about that.
100%. My friend, wow, I've had so much fun. I've learned a lot about your history, and looking at your history, I can predict the future. You're just getting started, my friend.
Yay!
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for
We are
having
so
me.
blessed to have you here for the day, and all the best to you.
Thank you.
And we'll keep watching you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.